Hey everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Thursday, March 8th, 2018. Now before I get started, I have two announcements. First of all, my weekly and monthly horoscopes are online. So if you have not seen those yet, I know some of you have, but if you have not, please, I encourage you, take a look at those horoscopes for this week and month, okay? So that's what's going on there. Just wanted to remind you all of that. The second thing, I am trying out a new chart system, chart drawing that I do my readings with. I have gotten some comments, maybe I get about one comment a week from some people, especially on my horoscopes by sun sign, that the numbers in the chart confuse you all sometimes because the numbers in the chart say one thing and then I will say another thing for the house that the sign is actually in for your sun sign, and some people think that that's a little bit hard to follow, which is fine. It's totally fine. So I thought that I would try out a new chart without the numbers here to see if it's easier for you all to understand. Okay, it may not be that big of a deal in my daily horoscopes just because I don't do them by sun sign, but I just wanted to try it out now, and I'll probably try it out this weekend too to see what you all think. Okay, so if you have any thoughts on the chart that I use, on the design, if you like this one, if you like the old one better, if you don't really care, please comment down below and just let me know, and it'll help me to make just a better decision at the end of it all to see which chart I should use and which one I like better. I think right now I like the old one, maybe just because I've been using it more and because it's a little bit flashier in some ways, but this is really all about just helping you all learn. So whatever works better for you, just let me know, okay? So that's what we've got going on there. Now for your horoscope. What we have happening today is the moon in Sagittarius, where it moved into yesterday, bringing our attention to doing something new that we have not done before whenever the moon is in Sagittarius. Adventuring, traveling, finding the excitement in life and doing things that we're passionate about. Okay, another thing that Sagittarius rules is our beliefs, making sense of our life, getting our belief systems in order. That is coming into focus, okay? So that's what's going on there. Late yesterday and into today, the moon in Sagittarius was in a trine with Mercury, which had just moved into Aries, which could have brought up lots of thinking and lots of communication, either with other people or just with yourself going on inside you. Okay, and what this communication probably had a lot to do with is something new that you're doing, maybe a new person that it is that you're becoming in some way, and maybe your beliefs, just how to make sense of your life now that so many things have gone on, so many things have changed. Now that you're becoming a new person, doing new things, trying to figure out what does that mean for who you are. Okay, so that could be just a lot of what was on your mind yesterday and into today. I actually think that's going to stick with you for a little while, because the moon, after it does that, literally does not make any aspects until 7 o'clock at night tonight. Okay, really giving us the whole day to just sit and think and process what is happening and reflect on our life, to understand better what happened to us recently, where our life is going in the future, how we can readjust our perspective going on. Okay, so that's what I see most of the day being about. Then at 7 p.m. at night, p.m. Mountain Time, the moon then makes a trine over here to the North Node in Leo. And I think what that does at 7 p.m. is it can bring, after we've been thinking all day about some new things we've been doing, about our identity, about who we are, now that so much has changed, it could, I want to say, bring some more understanding in a very positive way at 7 p.m. Us maybe getting some more insight, some more understanding about our life that makes us happier, that helps us to feel like we're making progress, like we're moving forward, like we're putting our life in the right direction in some way. Maybe what happens is after we think all day about what's going on, we get more understanding. I know I've been saying that a lot, but I definitely think it's a big thing that's coming to us. We get more understanding about our life. We get more information about our life in some way, and we figure out more what we want and need to be happier, more optimistic in life. That really helps us to feel like we're moving forward and we're making progress. Okay, so I think that can be a thing coming in. Maybe we don't make too much progress during the day with with a void moon, the moon not making many aspects. But I do think starting at 7 o'clock at night, we can start to feel like we're getting more understanding. We're moving forward once again. Maybe we're moving forward on some things that make us happy, that we know that we need to do in order to put our life in a better spot and move forward. Okay, so that's what I see happening there. While we're getting this boost of energy at 7 p.m. though, Mountain Time, to move forward, to do some new things, to make sense of our life in a way that makes us happy, in a way that can really help us move forward, I do, however, think there could be some confusion that does come in. That's because at the same time that the moon makes this trine to the North Node, it also is going to make a square over here to Neptune, again 7 p.m. at night. All right, and that could bring some confusion about what is going on inside us and maybe about the past. I think we're starting to do something new. I think we're starting to see ourselves and who we are in new and different ways. Create a new identity for us. And I think we're starting to feel much better now that we're seeing ourselves differently, that we're moving forward, that we're envisioning a new life for ourselves and making sense of our life in new and different ways. But I think it's hard for us because there's an old person we used to be. We don't know how to make sense of this old person. We don't know how to make sense of our old life, how to detach maybe from an old life. Maybe that's the thing going on, and maybe it's uncomfortable. Maybe we get some of these realizations about our life. We feel good because we're getting some more clarity in one sense, but now it's uncomfortable for us, and maybe we don't know how to make sense emotionally of everything else that is starting to come to us, okay? And I think that can happen at 7 o'clock at night, is like a weird thing where we're starting to feel like, okay, I'm understanding life, I'm understanding a new life, I'm understanding where I need my life to go now, but maybe it's the past we don't get yet. Maybe it's the future we're starting to understand, but it's the past we don't know, we're confused about. It's the past we don't know how to change, to move forward so that we can detach from that and let it all go. Okay, and maybe it's stuff inside us too that we're still having to process emotionally, even though our mind and our heart is moving forward on a different page. And maybe that's the stuff that we have to learn to reconcile at 7 o'clock at night, okay, is how to let yourself move forward, become a new person, get excited about the future, do some things that really make you happy, but to pay attention to your emotions, to deal with your emotional stuff, and to tie up some loose ends from the past so that you can more fully step into this new life without having something holding you back, holding you down, preventing you from moving forward in the way that you know deep down in your heart that you really need to. Okay, so that's what I see going on there. Then the very, very end of today, this is actually going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen 3 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. The moon then makes a square to the sun in Pisces, all right, and that makes it a third quarter moon, now that the moon is squaring the sun after a full moon. And that's definitely going to bring like the final phase of us readjusting our life, letting go of an old life, letting go of the past, letting go of an old way of processing things emotionally, of approaching life from the inside out. I think what we're having to learn here, especially with the new moon in Pisces coming, is how to totally think of, conceptualize, and experience our life differently. I think that's what we're really trying to get the handle of, is how can we approach our life being renewed on the inside, as a new person on the inside, with a fresh perspective, with a new take, being a new person. And I think with the moon here being a third quarter moon, we're finally trying to figure out how do we make that switch from an old life, which I know I've been talking a lot about recently, over here to finally a new life where we're moving forward, where we're feeling more free to be ourselves, to move forward, doing new things, and where we're not so bogged down by old ways of processing, by old ways of looking at life, and where we can really be more free to do what needs to be done. And I think the moon coming into a square with the sun at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning is really going to help us to say, okay, are you going to cut ties with your past, or are you not? And I think, and are you going to stay stuck in the past, or are you really going to make this switch to envision a new life for yourself, to step into this new life and to surround yourself in it? Okay, so that's what I see going on there. And I think this day we're just really trying to process things so that we can step into this new life, this new perspective from the inside out as a new person come the new moon. All right, So that's what's going on there. Now some stuff hanging out in the background that I'll talk about. We have Venus in a conjunction with Mercury still, so lots of communication going on that is going to have a lot to do about money. It's going to have a lot to do about relationships and about our values, about what's important to us in some way. Lots of thinking. Okay, with Venus not in a good spot in Aries, some of these conversations about relationships and about money could be a little bit hard, a little bit difficult going on, especially relationships here. Maybe people not as considerate, looking out more for themselves in some way, backing out of deals to look for their best interest. There could be things like that come there, since Venus in Aries likes to look out for number one for themselves. So lots of conversations there that could come in. On top of that, we do have Mercury moving into slowly a square here with Saturn. Again, making some of these conversations very serious that are happening, maybe feeling a little bit restricted now in some of your conversations about money and about relationships in some way, okay, because people are having to be more dedicated, more disciplined. People are thinking more long term now about where things are going. Now that we're adjusting our perspective to do a new thing, we can't play around here. We've got to make sure we're dedicated to this new vision that we see for our life. There's no being half in and half out. I think that's what I'm trying to tell you here. No being half in on something we want to do, but like kind of still not really in it. I think the Mercury square Saturn coming in over the weekend is saying, look, are you going to do this new thing? Are you going to commit to it? Or are you like going to kind of like waver? And if you're wavering, then this energy is going to be very hard for you. You're going to have to make a decision coming in with Mercury square Saturn on your relationships, on money, on what you value, on what's going to make you the most comfortable in life. And yeah, you're going to have to commit to it and move forward on that. Okay, so that's going on there. Mars also in Sagittarius making a trine to Uranus coming in to, I want to say, bringing in lots of action here. We really want to start to break free from some things that are holding us back, to go into a new life, to assert ourselves, to be more independent, to create a new identity coming in here. And I think we're starting to feel more and more pressure, or at least more and more motivation to disassociate from an old life, to do things that are better for us, to move forward, to commit to things that really can help us step into a new life, being a new person. With Mars also squaring Chiron around the same time, it could feel a little bit uncomfortable emotionally, could feel a little bit uncomfortable inside as we try to envision a new life, move forward on a new life, prepare to step into some new identity, but really needing to continue to move forward, to believe in yourself, and to make some big commitments here to do these things that you know that you need. All right, the Sun and Neptune in a conjunction, although coming off of it, so could be some confusion happening, but I think with this third quarter moon and some other things going on, the confusion is fading away, and hopefully it's bringing more clarity in some way, more creativity, and more inspiration. The Sun, as it's moving off of Neptune, also making a sextile over to Pluto too, helping you to better understand what you want, what you need inside, where you see your life going, and helping you to create a life for yourself now that really resonates with you truly in your heart. Okay, so I see a lot of good things. Us detaching from an old life, moving into a new life, needing to commit to this new life, okay, so that we can express ourselves more freely, and it really allowing us to own our power, step into our power, and feel much better about our life. If only we can let go of all that junk we don't need anymore. All right, so that's happening there. And then the last thing I want to mention, Jupiter going retrograde very end of today, 10 o'clock at night Mountain Time happening, really helping you to review any changes that it is that you've been making in life. Okay, I think we're getting to that time, especially with Mars, the end of Sagittarius, where we've been pushing so hard to do so many new things, to live some new life. And I think it's kind of interesting, right as we're stepping into a new life with Saturn and Mars leaving Sagittarius, with a bunch of planets moving into Aries, with the new moon in Pisces, Jupiter starts to go retrograde, saying, okay, now that you have gotten yourself this far, now that you're stepping into this new life, just about to do it, are doing it, are making it happen, now that you're there, it's a time for you to take a breath, look around, reassess, okay? To not change the whole plan, but to make the changes you need to finally help the rest of you emotionally catch up to all this progress you've been making. We've been doing something new. We've been pushing forward, making tons of changes in your life. And I really think Jupiter retrograde is going to say, okay, now that you're doing the new thing, now that you're finally there, all right, let's make sure the rest of you is with you. Let's make sure everything is on board so that you can start to move forward. And I think that's what Jupiter retrograde is going to help you do here. Get yourself emotionally on the same page, get everything in order, all of these crazy changes that you've been making, clean up some of the mess here so that you can feel much better about your life and about where it's going and about this person you're becoming. All right. So that's what I've got for you. Now your card, Page of Cups. I do like it, even though I don't know about this void moon most of the day, but it does bring, I want to say, insight, vision, especially with this card, a good vision of the future, a vision of your life, of the life that it is that you could have. I think today is a good day to be creative, to explore ideas, to see new lands and new territories, to see what your life could be, the life that you're about to step into, and to enjoy that and to appreciate that and to get used to that and to get more comfortable with that in some way, okay? I think that's what today is a good day for. Not a good day to act on some of your visions, on maybe some of your insights, because we are on a third quarter moon, but a good day to prepare your mind and prepare your emotions to meet the new demands here of your new life and to get ready to step into it, okay? So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.